And our next template is applicability. Coming to the applicability, we can use this mediator pattern that can be applied when a set of objects communicate in well defined but complex ways. That means the resulting interdependencies are unstructured and difficult to understand. And also we can apply when we reusing an object is difficult because it refers to and communicates with many other objects. And also we can apply when a behavior that's distributed between several classes that should be customized without a lot of subclassing. So these are the three cases that when we can apply this mediator pattern. And the next template in our mediator pattern is structure. Coming to the structure of our mediator pattern is, the mediator pattern says that every communication is happened through the mediator. Communicating parties contact mediator to communicate with each other. Let us take a look of this UML diagram for mediator pattern. I considered here a mediator. I considered here structure of a mediator pattern consisting of different classes: mediator, colleague, concrete mediator, and concrete colleague 1 and concrete colleague 2. We have colleague abstraction extended by concrete colleague 1 and concrete colleague 2. See here, every colleague has a reference to all mediator. In every concrete mediator has a reference to all concrete colleague present in the system. This mediator pattern says that every communication happened through the mediator. And this concrete mediator has the mediator interface extended by the concrete colleague 1 and concrete colleague 2. And all the communication parties needed to contact mediator. So that is why our both concrete colleagues need a reference through a mediator gets via colleague interfaces. In the same way, and mediator interface is the one which knows both of them. So if concrete colleague 1 need to communicate with concrete colleague 2, that why these concrete mediator know the both references of a concrete colleague 1 and concrete colleague 2, and also mediator also has the reference of both concrete colleague 1 and concrete colleague 2. So in this way the communication will be happen between these. Based on this structure, let us see the participants of our structure. Based on this structure, we have 4 participants. The first one is mediator, concrete mediator, colleague classes, that is nothing but colleague and concrete colleague 1, concrete colleague 1 and concrete colleague 2. So these are the participants that which we can say under our structure of a mediator pattern: mediator, concrete mediator, colleague class and concrete colleagues. In this mediator, that is nothing but a dialog directory, defines an interface for communicating with colleague objects. Coming to concrete mediator, this concrete mediator implements the cooperative behavior by coordinating colleague objects that knows and maintains its colleagues. And coming to the colleague classes, that is nothing but colleague and concrete colleague classes. In previous example, we say that list box, entry fields, that those all comes under the colleague classes. In this, each colleague class knows its mediator object, whereas each colleague communicates with its mediator whenever it would have otherwise communicated with another colleague. So these are the participants which we can say under our structure. Let us see the one more structure, a typical object structure for this mediator pattern. This is the one of the object structure for this mediator pattern, consisting of a concrete mediator, that implements a colleague classes. That means in previous example we have seen a number of objects: object A, object B, object C, object D and object C. They are communicated by using this concrete mediator, that is nothing but a mediator. Object A sends a message to object P via this mediator. So this mediator will receive the request from the object A, and then it sends the request to the object B or object C based on the request that we have sent. So this is the one of the object structure for mediator pattern. And then our next template is collaboration. Coming to this collaboration, colleagues sends and receives request from a mediator object, and the mediator implements the cooperative behavior by routing the request between the appropriate colleagues. So we are saying the colleagues based on this example. It sends and receives the request. Colleagues sends and receives the request from a mediator object. The mediator implements the cooperative behavior by routing the request between the appropriate colleagues. So this is the collaboration that which we can say under this mediator pattern. Coming to our next template, consequences in a mediator pattern. The mediator pattern has the number of benefits and drawbacks. The first one is it limits subclassing. That means a mediator localizes behavior that otherwise would be distributed among several objects. Changing these behavior requires subclassing mediator only. That means colleague classes can be reused as its. And coming to our next consequences, it decouples colleagues. That means a mediator promotes loose coupling between colleagues, and you can vary and reuse colleagues and mediator classes independently. And the next one is it simplifies objects protocol. That means a mediator replaces many to many interactions with one to many interaction between the mediator and its colleague, and one to many relationships are easier to understand, maintain and extend. So this is the one of the advantage. And the next one is it abstracts how objects cooperate. That means making mediation and independent concepts and encapsulating it in an object, let you can focus on how objects interact apart from their individual behavior, and that can help clarify how objects interact in a system. And coming to our last consequences, it centralizes control. That means the mediator pattern trades complexity of interaction for complexity in the mediator, because a mediator encapsulates protocols and it can be more complex than any individual colleagues. That means this can make the mediator itself a monolithic, that is hard to maintain. So these are the 5 consequences we can say under a mediator pattern, that is it limits subclassing, which we say as an disadvantage, and it couples mediators only, and it simplifies objects protocols, and it abstracts how objects cooperate, and it centralizes control. So these are the consequences. And coming to the implementations of our mediator pattern, we have implementation issues for this mediator pattern. Those are omitting the abstract mediator classes. That means there is no need to define an abstract mediator class when colleagues work with only one mediator. The abstract coupling that the mediator class provides lets colleagues work with different mediator subclassing and vice versa. And the next one is colleague mediator communication. That means colleagues have to communicate with their mediator when an event of an interest occurs. If one approach is to implement the mediator as an observer using the observer pattern, colleague class acts as a subjects sending notifications to the mediator whenever they change state. The mediator responds by propagating the effects of the changes to the other colleagues. So these are the 2 main implementation issues, and the omitting the abstract mediator classes and the colleague mediator communication. And the next one is known uses. Coming to our next template, known uses. In this, both ET++ and the ThinkC class library use director-like objects in dialogues as a mediators between widgets. And in Smalltalk programming language also, the application architecture of Smalltalk for Windows is based on a mediator structure. So these we can say the examples for known uses. These we can say the real-time examples for this mediator pattern under known uses. And coming to the next template is related patterns. In this mediated pattern, facade and observer, these both can say under related patterns to our mediated pattern, whereas facade differs from mediator in that it abstracts a subsystem of objects to provide a more convenient interface. That means its protocol is unidirectional, that is a facade objects make request of the subsystem classes but not vice versa. That means in contact, mediator enables cooperative behavior that colleague object doesn't or can't provide, and the protocol is multi-directional. And the next one is observer. Colleagues can communicate with the mediator using this observer pattern. So based on these two conditions, we can say that facade and observer both are the related patterns to this mediator pattern. So this is about the mediator pattern and the templates of our mediator pattern.